Welcome, everyone, to our show today, Talented Universe, it is Friday, March 1st, 2024.
That's it. We're here.
Yeah, we're here. Karen is here with us. Karen Waldrup from The Voice, season 25. Her show was just on Tuesday, and I am so happy that she's here so quickly.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm elated to be here.
Yeah, and myself, Michael Day, and Vernon Barnard will be your hosts today. And oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of we're getting a lot of people. We have 15 or more people in the chat room right now.
Well, awesome.
And they're all saying hi. So what I'm going to do, if you have a question, please post your questions in there. But if you just are saying hello, Karen, I'm just going to say your name and just put it up so everybody can see it. This is from Dawn Leo.
Hey, Dawn.
Hello, Karen.
Girl. Oh, yes.
Jessica Crouch.
Hey,
love you.
Sure.
And Don Leo says it's Don Leo. Yeah, well, we know that. Karen, hey girl, from Darcy Morin.
Hey, Darcy.
Don Leo, so excited for you, girl.
Here we go.
Carolyn Foltz, hey there. Dawn Grattan, hey Karen.
All right, we got Don Grattan on. Good to see you.
Andrew Dempsey, hey Karen.
See you too.
And we got more. Lee Booth, hey Karen.
Waldrup Robot in the house. Donna Johnson.
Yeah, Donna Johnson, hi. And Andrew Dempsey. Andrew was one of the ones that shared our podcast. Andrew, we totally love it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Donna Johnson, hello. Okay. Caitlin Petronio. If I mispronounce your name, I am so sorry. Okay. Karen is from Pittsburgh. Karen, I am your biggest fan from Pittsburgh, PA.
All right.
Yeah, she's about 4 hours away from me.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
And now we've got Rodney Mish, Karen Waldrup, rule.
New York in the house.
Oh, that's a New York part. Okay, that's 4 hours away too. Greetings from Belgium.
Hey, Ferdinand.
Whoa. Bringing them from all over.
All over. Okay, Doug Barry. Hello, all.
Hey, Doug.
Michael Parker. Hello, Waldrup Worldwide.
Waldrup Worldwide.
Don Grattan, congratulations again for getting on The Voice. I totally agree with that.
Thank you.
Lori Ewan Gissy. Hey, Karen, you're so amazing.
I love
it. Gary Hume. Hey, Karen, looking good, girl.
Hey, thanks. Gary's in Scotland, and he helped me pick this hat out.
Oh, did he really?
And at a show we were playing in England. So this hat is...
so you do get around, don't you?
Around. I love making music. I love traveling. And when you combine those two things together, you end up making music.
Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to ask a few questions because I've got about another 20 more to go. So I want to get a few more questions. Then we will go back to everybody's hey, and if you've got comments, we'll go back there. But Karen, since we brought that up about being to Scotland, you said you've been performing for 12 years. When did the overseas gigs start? Was it after was it TikTok that went viral, or what was it that
That's a great question. I think it is Belize. My very first international show was in Belize, and that was in like 2014 or 15, like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. My career has been very much like playing bars to playing bigger bars to playing bigger bars to playing bigger bars to playing bigger bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's usually the way it goes.
The world is a bar.
It's just people drinking beer and having a good time and playing music. You know, it wasn't like I was going to Belize and playing some sort of huge arena. I was going to Belize and playing like a bar on the beach. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. So when I go and I travel internationally, you know, those have grown throughout the year. So it began then, and then my first like legit international tour was probably like 2019 or so. 2019, I think. if I can remember that correctly. And then, of course, during the pandemic, things really slowed down for musicians. And then when we came out of the pandemic, then I was able to go back overseas and tour again. So I've only gone over to Europe and toured a couple times. And it's primarily because of the help of people like Gary Hume, my liaison to Europe. People that just happened, like there was a guy who just happened to see me online and booked me in Liechtenstein. He was a promoter for all stuff. So it really just was just kind of one gig got me there. And then we got some sponsors and then we played some bars. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't, it's not like I've been like touring all over in jets or anything like that. Like I've been playing a lot of bars. You know what I'm saying, Michael? Like a lot of bars.
Yeah, but you know, that's where you start. And you get a following and it grows. That makes total sense.
Yeah, just one person at a time that had a good time, that told their friend, who the next time brought their friend, and then they had a t-shirt and then they gave their friend a t-shirt, and now we're Waldrup worldwide.
Nice.
You don't have that.
It's still international balls though, Kieran. I mean, it's still something, right? Like going internationally and just experiencing all the different that you have there. I guess they obviously also have different drinks and different flavors that they bring to the bar, so different experiences, right? So that's
funny you say that, because when I travel, I always, like if I'm in Colorado or if I'm in Europe or wherever I'm at, I try to drink a local beer. You know what I mean? I try to try something local or be open-minded, and you'll be surprised. The beer in Scotland is just not that great. It's just not. I'm like,
you're not a whiskey girl by any chance?
Yes. If you're going to drink whiskey in Scotland, then you'll be all right. But the Scotland beer is just right there. But I think the best bourbon in the world is made right here near my house in Kentucky. I think Kentucky has the best bourbon. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's really near where you are.
Yeah.
Well, let's go a few of the more high. I can't believe how many high questions we have. This is from Rodney. Karen Waldrup rules. And then we have, hi, Karen Waldrup. Hi, Karen Waldrup. So double, Donna Johnson.
Yeah.
And Darcy Morin, Waldrup, worldwide strong.
Yep.
Jennifer Murphy. Hey, sweetheart. Looking good.
Hey, did my hair. Love you, girl.
Michael Parker, we love you, Karen.
Love you too.
Donna Johnson again says hello.
Hi.
Rodney Mish, Karen Waldrup rules. Yeah, they didn't know if they got through, so I understand that. Jeffrey Grindle says hi.
Jeffrey.
Linda, Petrol Carey. I met you on Broadway in Nashville about 10 years ago and following you since.
Wow. That's so cool, Linda. That is so cool.
So that was near when you first, how long ago did you move to Nashville?
Moved to Nashville right after college. So I've been in Nashville for, 15 years. I've been here a long time. I moved, I had a day job first. I sold copy machines for 3 years. And when I first moved to town, I knew it was going to be a long haul. A lot of people move to Nashville and they think it's like they're so talented that it's going to just happen overnight. I never was delusional like that. I always knew it was going to take a long time. I just always knew that. I was like, this is going to take a while. I'm going to have to make connections. I'm going to have to hang out with people. I'm going to have to take pictures. I'm going to have to build my social media. I'm going to have to develop my band. I'm going to have to write these songs. Like I wasn't delusional. I didn't think that I was going to move here, get off the airplane and somebody sign me a record deal. Like I never thought that way ever. And I think that was one of the reasons why my career is sustainable, is because I never had that delusional ideology. I always was like, okay, I'm going to sell copiers. I'm going to play writers rounds. I'm going to focus on working really hard for 3 years, getting on my feet. And then as soon as my 401k for that company vested, which in America, it means like after you work for a company so long, you get that, what they offer. And it's the day it vested.
You were gone.
So I spent 3 really great years in. I sold $1.5 million in copy machines for this company. So they are still behind me. People from that job are still texting me. And I actually really loved that job. It was a lot of fun getting to go into offices and helping people with their office equipment. It was great.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I moved to Nashville to do, but it was a really great, solid foundation for me when I first got to town. So once I quit that job, that was when I loaded up a van and a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and here I am.
And here you are. There you go.
Yeah, you definitely paid your dues, but I want to ask, like, where do you think you got that good dose of realism with still the hustle that you were prepared to do? Where did you get that from? Because I think sometimes it is, like you say, delusional. It's kind of painted as this perfect road that will just open up wide as you enter it. So from a young age, you didn't see it that way. You didn't see it as this Hollywood story that it works out for everyone perfectly. So what was that at such a young age that gave you just this perspective on things?
You know, that is the first time anybody's ever asked me that question ever. So thank you for that. That's such a great question. And I have to be honest, the answer to that question is the University of Southern Mississippi, where I went to college. When I was in college, I started to learn the reality of playing gigs, getting paid, having a tip bucket, playing a bigger show, you know, a couple months later. And I kind of saw what that looked like. You know, okay, there's more people this week than there were last week. Okay, now my sorority sisters are here. They're in the front row. Okay, now they brought their boyfriends. Now I'm playing at the frat house. Now I'm playing at the football game. So I started it like that. It just began that way. So I always knew that, like, okay, well, if it's moving like this, then it probably will just continue to move like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did I think that I would get a record deal and have some sort of huge moment before this? Yes. I thought maybe it would take me 10 years. You know, I didn't expect it to take 12. But at the same time, I've built a huge fan base all over the world. And it wasn't until I started to do live streaming on Facebook that my business and my fan base completely started to multiply. And that wasn't until my very first Facebook Live was 2015. Okay. So I've been solid, you know, live streaming, talking to people online, connecting with people, growing my fan base for, you know, ever since then.
Yeah, exactly. And that gives you the opportunity to kind of start with the one person in Scotland, one person in, you know, Luxembourg, or wherever it might be, and then spread out, you know? Yeah, that's very cool.
Absolutely.
I just lost where I was in the comments. So people, I am so, okay, I just found it. Oh, good. You got so many. Good to see you too. Love you, girl, from Dawn Grattan.
Love them.
Rodney Mish, Karen Waldrup rules. Yeah, we're getting a lot of the same, but you know, I'm trying to looking good from Jeffrey. Eric, Amy, hello from France. I do appreciate when you say where you're texting from, because that just shows where Johnny Black, hey Karen, with some emojis. Don Leo, Waldrup Rules in the house. Okay, now here's the question from Arc 54. Did your past experience with Platinum Hit or Nashville Rising Star give you an edge with competition nerves for your audition for the blinds?
You know, what a great question, Arc 54. That's such a great question. And I'm going to answer yes. I do. I think that being on Platinum Hit back in the day, I was on a small Bravo show called Platinum Hit. And I do think that helped because it allowed me to understand what reality television is like. For example, if they ask you a question, where are you from? Then you should respond, I am from South Louisiana. Yeah. So they didn't have to teach me that. I already knew that because of Platinum Hit. So I was like maybe one chapter ahead. So I would say yes to that. Nerves? No, it did not help. There ain't nothing like walking out on the blind audition on The Voice. There's nothing like it. I don't care how many gigs you play. I don't care if you're 75 years old. You will never be prepared for that. It is the strangest emotional pull you could ever imagine. And every single one of us was reacting differently backstage. I was reacting very like shell, like I was like in a shell, like, oh God, if I go out there and they don't turn their chairs, what the heck? Waldrup Worldwide's going to be like, what the actual heck, right? So I was a little bit like, I had the pressure of Waldrup Worldwide, all these fans across the world that think I'm great. If I screwed up and the chairs didn't turn, that would be on me. There would be one else to really blame, because I had the opportunity. So I think for me, the way that I did it was I went out there and I pretended like the chairs were not there. That was what I did. I can't speak for other people. Yeah. But I personally looked at the people because I thought, I'm really, really, really good with people. I'm really good at going out and playing gigs. I'm really good at throwing koozies. I'm good at people. Like, I'm good at that. So I'm like, I'm not going to look at these chairs. I'm going to look at the people because they're people. They're real people. Mm. And the coaches are too, don't get me wrong. But the coaches have this extra level of like, it's not normal for someone to like be turning this huge, massive chair around. Like, that's not a normal thing for me. So I thought, you know what? And I didn't tell any of my competition I was doing that. But I didn't look at the chairs at all. So if you go back and watch it, you'll see that I'm looking at the people until the first chair turned.
And then then
And then I was cool. And then it was just a gig because I was on the show and I knew that. So the second that Dan and Shay turned their chair, then I am looking at Reba and I am looking at Dan and Shay. But until that moment, I wasn't. I started that song off by not looking. And I think that was a competitive advantage for me because I think the people who went out there and were staring at the big, huge word Reba, I mean, that's nuts, like
that would freak me out. I mean, that would totally freak me out.
About it. So great question, Arc54. Great question.
Okay. Let's go on to another one. Johnny Black. Hey guys. Here, this looks like this might be a question. I grew up with Bonnie Bostic, so learned of you through Bonnie. Love seeing you on The Voice. They're from Camden, Arkansas.
Love my girl Bonnie. She is amazing. She takes care of everything Waldrup Worldwide. I call her the director of public relations. Waldrup Worldwide calls her the queen. So pick your choice. The queen, she does both. I mean, she does everything. So she's a blessing. She's an angel in my life.
Well, there you go. Dwayne Steets. Hey, Karen, so happy for your big shot.
Thank you, Dwayne.
I love Karen. Yeah.
I love you too, Johnny Black.
Donna Johnson, you were amazing on The Voice.
Thank you, Donna. And Donna is one of those that's been with me for a long time, but I've never met her in person because she's in Colorado. So Donna, this is a great chance for me to bring the show to your house because it's on TV.
There you go. And then this says hashtag Waldrup Worldwide. I'm having troubles talking today.
That's okay.
from Carly. And Darcy says, Karen is the queen of country music.
Thank you, Darcy.
Ooh, Reba might not like that. We won't discuss that.
Yeah, I think you know what? We'll just call me the princess. How about that?
There you go. Then we won't get in trouble.
Then we won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah Williams, Jalika says, hey, girl.
Good to see you Saturday in Houston.
Dwayne says, you're amazing.
Hey, Dwayne.
Caitlin Petrillo, how excited are you to work with, took my question. How excited are you to work with Dan and Shay? Probably was Vernon's question too.
Okay, here's why Dan and Shay are the best coaches for me. Because Dan and Shay, because they each have, I think that Dan and Shay have different strengths and different weaknesses, I think. That's what I think. Dan is so great at creative. He's so great at the musical production, instrumental stuff. And Shay has a gift from God to sing like Whitney Houston. I mean, he's up there with the best, So you don't hear a voice like Shay very, very often. So working with Shay is, I hope Shay specifically will help pull the soar out of my voice, the soaring thing that he does. I would like to get better at that. And then as far as Dan, I want to get better at the emotional aspect, the connecting, the structure, the dynamic. Anyway, dorky conversation, I know, but that's how.
Well, but that's what your fans want.
great.
So there you go.
I think they each have different strengths to give me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. David Hattier, hello from New Orleans.
How's it going, David? We're going to be playing in Covington on March 6th. You should come.
Oh, there you go. So we got one of your things. Darcy, well, you started laughing. Lemon Waldrup girl, no beer. Yeah.
All right, girl, you got it. That's a good idea. That'll be my this tour. I'll stick to that rule. No beer for me. Lemon Waldrups only.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Christy Kardik, China's, hey, beautiful.
Hey, Christy.
Don Leo, I am your chosen advocate here in Reno, Nevada.
Awesome. Yes, she sure is.
David says, congratulations on such a great achievement. Looking forward to continuing to see you on your amazing journey. I'm assuming he means the voice or he means your touring. I'm not sure which. Maybe both.
Thank you. Thank you, David. We're just getting started.
Lemon wall drops all the way, girl.
Okay, y'all need to know what lemon wall drops are. So you know what lemon drops are? It's like a martini and it has like a sugar rim. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my favorite cocktail, right? So over the years, after the show or whatever, people would get me a lemon drop as like a nice gift for thanks for the show. Well, then we started to joke around, and then over time, it became the lemon wall drop.
Oh, okay. I see.
Nice. Yeah.
Gotcha on that one.
Vernon, do you want to interject a question? Because I've got a lot of other.
Not interject, but per se. But yeah, I'm just thinking, Karen, I would say this just personally experiencing your voice, but I want you to say if this would be accurate in your eyes regarding how you feel about yourself in this way. But I perceived you as a old soul in your musical presence, in the way you conduct yourself. Would you also say you have an old soul?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because I could easily hear you in the 80s, right? Not to date you, but I mean that is my favorite era of music. So that is I could easily hear you, even before the big speakers and all the fancy subs and stuff.
Yes, I agree. And also I find myself in my casual time when I'm working out, I'm hardcore rap. I'm just gonna be straightforward.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always honest about that.
Yeah, of course.
Disturbed if they knew what was in my headphones when I'm working out. But when I'm driving around the house, when I'm driving around town, when I'm getting ready at the house, when I'm cooking, I find myself listening to like Otis Redding, Janis Joplin, Tina Turner. So in my casual time, it's interesting that you point that out, because I do find myself gravitating to some older music. So interesting that you would say that.
Yeah, there's just like a big presence. Like, I mean, Tina Turner is a good example. Like, it's in that vein, at least in my experience, So I definitely, and I wonder if other people, if they close their eyes and just listen to that performance, it feels like you could put it into that time space and transport yourself back to that time. So I love that about the edition.
Well, thank you. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to, let's see. Is Louisiana Hurricane your favorite song you wrote, or is it another song?
Okay, that's such a great question, Rodney, because the problem with writing songs is that your latest song is always your favorite song. So right now, I love Louisiana Hurricane. We've tracked it. It sounds amazing. I have some guest singers on it. I'm loving it. We're mixing it. We're mastering it. But it's not my latest song. So my latest song is a one that I just wrote called Blame It on a Honky Tonk. And Blame It on a Honky Tonk is the one. It's interesting, Rodney, because when you write one, you sit there and play it and play it and play it and play it. When you practice it, you've listened to it a million times because you have to memorize it, right? So when you have a new one, it becomes more intriguing because you're trying to accomplish the goal, which is playing it great and memorizing it and connecting and making sure the lyrics are right. And you're always editing. So I think that's part of why our newest songs are our favorite songs, because they're the ones that are in the forefront of our minds, trying to get the band. Oh, I like that drum part, or, oh, I don't really like that. What you're playing. Can you do this? Or, ooh, what a great idea on the guitar. So for me, it's always my newest song. That's just the way it goes. right now, my favorite song to play live is Louisiana Hurricane because it's so wild. It's really wild.
Awesome.
Yeah, Rodney, we just did that one. This one, I wasn't sure. What goes on in those bars? What goes on in the, I'll answer this one, Carly. She sings. That's what goes on in the bars. So we're just moving on to the next one.
Anything else?
No, that's a title of one of my songs.
Oh, is it? Oh.
It's
Oh, okay. Well, that
on.
didn't say that, so that messed me up. I haven't heard that song yet. Okay, so I messed up. Okay.
I like the hook because the hook is what goes on in this bar stays in this bar.
Oh, okay.
So you can't answer it.
Well, there you go. So I'm glad I said what I said there.
There you go.
All word of mouth.
There you go.
Some of these might be comments from what you said earlier, since we are behind. First time meeting you was in Floribama.
Awesome. Yep, Floribama. That's a honky tonk right there. Check.
Love you, Karen. Good luck on The Voice from Wendy Goforth.
Thank you, Wendy.
Donley, she is a shining star on the, I guess that might be Rise.
Thank you, Dawn. She's the best.
Bonnie Bostic sent me one of your early CDs years ago from Angela Livingston.
Thank you, Angela. That's so awesome. Yeah, Bonnie's the best.
Carly asked, do they have Tito's over there?
Over where? South Africa? Because that's where he's at. Or Tennessee. Do they have Tito's in South Africa?
No, well, unless I missed something like very obvious. I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Tito's is like the American straightforward light vodka. So
okay.
I don't know about South Africa, but
yeah.
Probably not.
Variations.
Johnny Black, I love Karen Waldrup. Darcy Morin, Whiskey Straight, one of your best older songs.
Thanks, Darcy. I haven't played that song in years. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time.
Leslie Parker, hey Karen.
Hey Leslie.
Okay, Don didn't put a comment, but beer in Scotland is not that great. So there you go. There's another thing. Karen is my hero from Carly.
Yes.
Nice.
Sarah Williams, Jadika, hey girl.
Awesome.
Scottish beer sucks. That's why we drink U.S. beer over here.
That's Gary, the one I told you about.
He's the one? Okay.
He's even admitting it when I got there. He's like, don't order it, I'm telling you.
It's up.
Hey, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, from Tim.
Nice to see you, Tim.
Oh.
Johnny, tell her, get back home.
I am home, thank you. But I'm talking about South Louisiana.
Maybe they mean
you guys be happy to know that I was actually on the air this morning, Johnny, on the news in all over the state of Louisiana. So thanks to The Voice. So I was in Louisiana today. I just wasn't physically.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Miles says, hi, Karen. This is from Darcy. He's still listening to I Got the Kind of Time a million times a day.
Awesome. Tell him keep on listening to it. Keep on streaming it.
Your marketing strategy is working. Go, Karen, from Kevin Clamp.
Well, thanks, Kevin. I'm not sure what the marketing strategy is. Let me know.
Yeah. Be more specific. Yeah.
Let me know if something's working, man. We'll just keep doing that.
Yeah. Dwayne State's so humble. Yeah, she is. Andrew Dempsey. Karen is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew's one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet.
Okay, this is a long one. Sarah Williams, Jadenka. I've been following you for a long time. Love you so much. So proud of everything. You've overcome so much and pushed forward since day one. Role model to so many people. Love you, girl.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, I have. I've overcome a lot, and people, when they watch The Voice, they only see the bright lights and the shiny jacket. They don't see the load in and load out and the snow. I remember this one night where we were loading out of the gig. It was snowing. I had gloves on and the entire van was covered in snow. And we had to put the gear in an overhead bubble top. So, I mean, I have done some, not glamorous things for sure. I mean, we're like putting things on top of the van and the bubble top and the snow. And my hands are freezing and people are handing in. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing out in the middle of Colorado in the mountains? I don't even know where the hell I'm at, you know?
Oh, they do get snow. Well, they get snow, and they had some snow in Nashville not too long ago.
That's where you cut your teeth, man. I'm telling you, that's where rubber meets the road. It's like, if you can't put your stuff in a van in the cold, in the snow with gloves on, then you're not cut out for this business.
No, because it's moving along a lot. If you've got several different gigs and you have to travel and you have to get everything packed up. And,
yep.
Oh yeah. It's not fun. Lori Ewing Gissy says, excited to see you at the big barn in the Woodlands.
That's it, girl. I'm hoping it sells out. Share it. Tell your friends. I'm so excited to come there. I really hope that the Woodlands shows up in force.
Now, where is that? Just so if people don't know.
It's right outside of Houston.
Oh, it's outside of Houston. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Lori, I will see you then.
Because that's actually one of the things that bothers me when musicians post things. They don't say what state. They just say, I'm going to be at this place, but they don't tell you what state. And if you're not local to them and you might want to go, you'd like to know what state it's in.
Totally. I understand that, Michael.
Yeah, but I've had that problem with some people that I wanted to see, and I wasn't sure what state it was or if it was near me or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Amy Allen asks, in terms of overall composition, what is your favorite song and why?
The answer to that question, Amy, I think is Kendall County Road. Kendall County Road, in terms of overall composition, to me is well crafted. I think that the melody is impactful because it soars in the melody and then it comes down and then it brings the listener to this really vulnerable place where she admits in the bridge, leaving is easy, but staying gone is hard to do. And I still don't have the heart to tell them the truth. To be honest about being far away from your family. It's about being far away from your family. And to kind of have to, I mean, I hate to say it, but you kind of have to, and even Dolly Parton talks about this in her autobiography, you kind of have to lead your family to believe that it's all good, we're all cool, I'll see you next time, no big deal. When the truth of the matter is, it would be so cool to stop by my sister's house and pick up her kids from soccer and bring them and make sure that, oh, I'll just pick up the kids for you this afternoon. I'll get them, and let her take a nap, but I can't do that because I live so far away from my family that I have to schedule flights a month in advance. And I got to pack my bags and I got to fly in. She's got to clean her house. It's that's not really what family really used to do, and that's what Kendall County Road's about. It's about the new age family living so far, so many miles. And it's days like this that make me wish I was living on that Kendall County Road, that I lived there and I could just stop by. I mean, and if you're watching this and you're like, well, I don't know what that's like because I've never lived far away from my family before, then the next time you stop by your sister's house or your brother's house or your mom's house unexpected and bring hey, I got you this pizza, they had 2 for $1, that's the moment that you need to be really thankful for, because you're I was picking up this pizza anyway, Mom, so I'm just bringing this to you. There's a lot of people who can't do that. They have to plan these trips, or maybe Uber Eats the pizza to their mom or whatever. So that's the hardest part for me of being a musician. And that's why Kendall County Road is so meaningful to me, because I know that there's other people that live far from people that they love.
Yeah.
How often do you get to spend time with your family these days? And how long at a time?
Not very much, honestly. I don't get to see my family very much. They live in, my parents live in South Carolina. My sister lives in Dallas.
Okay.
My other sisters live in South Carolina with their kids. So it's really just kind of depends on the schedule. My parents came last weekend and stayed here for 3 nights, went to church, went out to eat, Cody was, hanging lights in the back patio area and stuff. So, I mean, when I see them, it's, it's only for a few days, and that's tough. But I try my best to see them as much as possible. And thankfully, because of being an artist, I kind of jump on an airplane like people jump in an Uber. I don't really think twice about it. It doesn't really bother me. So I'm used to it. So at this point, I can just take an Uber to the airport, jump on the plane, fly, arrive, Uber there. Like I'm really good at getting around. So that's good. So I don't really like get anxiety about flying and stuff. So that's good.
That helps.
Yeah.
It does. Carly says, when we want you to come to Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, that's so funny, Carly, because I just got a gig this morning in northern Alabama. So keep your ears open. I think it's more close to Muscle Shoals, but it's in that general region. So be on.
They can drive.
You can drive. I think it'll be probably late June, I think.
Okay. Arc 54. When you sang Reba's Fancy, I believe it was the first Reba song that you had covered at that time. Did you think 5 years later you would be singing in front of her, or she would want you even if she got blocked?
No, never in a million years did when I was singing that song. That song was sung, I did that in a beat up shed out in Michigan. And I had a show that night. And I really wanted to film a video before the show because we were making a lot of content at that time. I still make content, but not like I was back then. I had a lot more time back then. So I was pumping out some videos. But anyway, that day I was like, why don't we just go film it real quick? There's got to be a cool spot. Does anybody know like a beat up shed we can go use? And somebody's like, yeah, there's one on top of the hill. So we gather up the stuff, hairspray and everything, and go up to the top of the hill. And I sat there and sang that. There was an old beat up piano. And I was like, we need this old beat up piano. He's like, that piece of junk. I said, that piece of junk. And then we sat in front of it, AK. I sung that song. I've loved that song. I've sang it for years. Fancy is such a well-crafted song. It's such a great song written by Bobby Gentry, and she's such a great storyteller and such a great writer. She wrote Ode to Billy Joe. So if you ever heard Ode to Billy Joe, you got to go listen to that one. So I think that Fancy's a fabulous song. I think that Reba, I think she would like my version of it. I don't know. She's probably heard a million people sing it. So I don't know if she would or not, but maybe she would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I was talking about you, that you were very thrifty, and I love that about you. Financial independence is the key these days, and that is so true.
Very true.
Because it really sounds like you did it right. You got your base and got some money together so you could have a cushion, and then you followed your dream.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it the right way. I mean, honestly.
Thank you. And that's something that I sometimes in life you wonder, like I have things that I know I want to do later in my career. Like I know I want to do a children's book. I already know that. I already have a title and everything. I want to do a children's book. I already have a song written for it and everything. Cause I just think about the stuff, So yeah. I know I want to do a children's book later when I have more time. I know I want to write a book. I've already started that too. So I want to write a book. And then another thing that I really think I may have some sort of interesting podcast or something later is about financial wellness. I think that it started from my grandfather, who was living in the Great Depression with his brother.
Yes.
And they were living on the second floor of this house that was unfinished. And there was 2x4s on the ceiling, and they would go throw papers. And when they came home from their papers, they would have their change that they would have from throwing the papers. And they would put the change on the top of the 2x4 every single night. Well, when they wanted to go get a hamburger or whatever, they would take the change they needed and went to go. Well, he said one night he was laying there with his brother, and his brother said to him, he said to his brother, hey man, you're really starting to accumulate some coins up there. I mean, you barely ever touch them. You're really starting to it's like you got a lot up there now. And he said he turned to my grandfather, his brother, and said to him, which I live by this. He said, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money is left on the 2x4. And I think that is the biggest wisdom that anybody, when it comes to financial wellness, can think about, because that's the truth. It's like if you can get by with buying a hamburger. I mean, I'm not saying you have to live your whole life like that. You want to obviously enjoy your life, But if you can get by, if you go out to eat and there's a hamburger that's $15 and then there's a hamburger that's $35 double patty, it's like, just get the $15 one. You know what I mean? Like, leave the other $15 on the 2x4. You know, just do it, because then the next time you go get a burger, you'll have that 15 for the next burger. So I think that's something that I've done right. And I'm not afraid to be open about that. I think that's a huge, huge important thing as an independent artist.
Yeah.
Don says, Karen Waldrup is the absolute best. You really have some good fans, don't you?
I know. I'm telling you, Waldrup Worldwide is big, and we are massive, and we are strong, and we are ready to rock the show.
Yeah. Christy says, my all-time favorite is Parker Presley.
Thank you, Christy. Parker Presley is a song about love. It's a song about waiting for love. It's a song about being smitten.
Oh, okay.
David, I think this is the second time. I don't know if you sent any comment or not, but it came up blank. So we'll go on to the next one. Been following you for years now. You've overcome so much and pushed through no matter the outcomes. Love you to the moon and back. That's from Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Don Leo, over 1 million supporters and growing every day.
That's incredible.
Incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple of blanks. She has the very best fans ever. I'm seeing that right now.
The thing is about it, though, we're just normal people. Like, we don't act like we're awesome. We don't act snotty. We don't act like we don't bully each other online. We don't rip each other down. We don't do all that. We build each other up. If somebody is making negative comments about someone else in Waldrup Worldwide, they get deleted. Like, gone. Like, your ass is gone. Like, like, you are not on our page. You are not in our club. You are out.
Yeah.
Like, we do not put up with bullying. We do not put up with any of that, because life is way too short.
Exactly.
And Waldrup
shout out from TikTok from John.
Oh yeah, Johnny Black, he loves some TikTok.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if people are having troubles posting comments from Facebook, it may be what you have said to Facebook that you're willing to share. So that might be what some of the problems, because I've had we're having some blanks, but that's the only thing I can think of that why your comments are not coming, because you have said you don't want to share things to people that you're not friends with. So if you're not friends with NDB Media on Facebook or following it, that might be why. I'm just saying that, because that's the only thing I can think of what might be the problem. And Waldrup Worldwide again. Hey, Karen from Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Texting from Reno, Tahoe, Northern Nevada, and we're getting a blizzard in the mountains. So wow. Aren't you glad you're not doing a concert there right now?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Darcy Morin says, where do you see yourself in 5 years, Karen?
That's such a great question, Darcy. That's going to go back to that same thing we talked about the other night. We had a Zoom hangout party kickoff thing. And it just goes back to that same word I always drive home, and it's contentment. It's just contentment, to be content with where I'm at right now, with this couch and this fireplace and this hat, and not really be so concerned of like, in 5 years, I'm going to have a mansion. It's like, I like this couch. Like, I'm happy on this couch. Like, I like to watch TV on this couch. Like, I just don't really do all that. I really don't. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to be worried. It's exhausting the Bible says, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has troubles of its own. And I think that's so, crucial to just enjoy where I'm at right now. To have goals, contentment doesn't mean you don't have goals. I want to play the Grand Ole Opry. I want to be inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. I want to play on Good Morning America. I want to play all over the world. I want to play at the Bridgestone Arena. I want to play at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Like, I have goals, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I don't really like sit there and make myself feel bad about, this couch is from rooms to go. Like, I don't really care about that.
Yeah. I guess what I'm hearing is it's not necessarily material ends. It's more like influence and purpose driven, rather than having this and that materially, which I think is admirable. I think that is definitely why, we're supposed to be here to try and be light and salt. So I mean, that's awesome that you have your head at.
Yeah, I don't know. God blesses me in so many ways. I just don't really get too overly concerned about all that,
Yeah. But contentment is a big thing. Like, I don't know if it looks exactly the same for everyone, but it's definitely, like you say, it's that place where you, Apostle Paul said it in this way, that I don't have too little so that I feel like I have to steal. I'm paraphrasing a bit, and not too much so that I forget about God. But you can also say about the important things in life. So it's different, I guess, for everyone. I don't know.
I love that. That's so cool. That's totally it. And somebody said that, it was a friend of mine. He said that about being a musician. Someone said to him one time, "Oh man, how can you keep doing this when you're not getting rich?" And he said to him, "Well, I'm not laughing my way to the bank, but I'm damn sure not crying myself to work."
Awesome.
And I believe in that. It's like, if you love your job and you can pay your bills, then that's happiness.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Yep. That was a really cool thing.
Well, I just want to let everyone know we have about 10 more minutes, and I still have more comments to go through. If we don't get through all the comments after when Karen leaves, I will just post the rest of the comments after she leaves, and I'll post them. But I want to say thank you, everyone, for the comments. Thank you for joining us. Tell your friends. This will still be up on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. Cool. Afterwards, you can watch it and share it to other friends. It would be great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to skip to people that actually had questions. And so let's see. Here we go. Well, I just have to throw this one up because I'm in Maryland too. So there's at least 2 people in Maryland that, love you. They're from Mississippi.
Yes. Southern Miss to the top. That's where I went to college.
Nice.
Okay. I'm just going to go through some of these quickly. Hey, Karen. Hey, people from Nevada. I love your Christmas lives.
Lives.
Was that lives or lives? Okay, it's lives. Okay.
Yeah, I do a Christmas every year. I do a Christmas cyber signing where I sit for literally, Michael, there's been years that went on for 4 hours, and I just sit there and sign CDs and signed photos and Christmas ornaments, and we have a ball. It's so fun. And I have Christmas music going. It's fun. It's really fun.
Well, that's good. Here's another one. Karen is genuine from Keith.
Thank you, Keith.
There are absolutely no doubt in our minds, Karen, that you're just great. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Dwayne says he's from Cleveland and been following you for 8 years. So happy you and this chance to work with Dan and Shay.
Awesome, Dwayne. So good to see you from Cleveland. 8 years strong. I love that. And Dan and Shay, they're my boys, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, there's just so many. I'm gonna do these a lot because I can't find. They're just praising you. They just all love you so much, and I don't see any other basically questions. Oh, wait, here's one. Okay, here we go. From Lee Wagonman. Since you sing awesome, if it comes to it, who do you think should steal you if it happens? I don't know if you don't want to answer that. I totally get it.
I hope Reba steals me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll be honest with you, Lee. I really love being on Team Dan and Shay. So honestly, my goal is to make it through the whole show and win
with Dan and Shay.
Dan and Shay. That I promise you. I promise you that's the truth. I really love those guys. And I love the fact that they turned first for me.
They did. And that's how they blocked Reba.
Well, I think when someone believes in you first, you never forget that.
Oh, absolutely. And it was rather quick too. It was rather quick that they turned.
So they could obviously recognize something in my tone that they
liked.
So I think I'm good with them, Lee. I'm just going to stay there. I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I really hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knocked it out of the park. Amazing performance and always a blessing to others.
Thank you, Bobby. I'll see you in South Louisiana.
Oh my God, I just got another 20 things. I think we better, I'm serious. I just got another 20 plus comments just came in. This has been incredible, Karen. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, and I mean, we would love to have you back when you progress more in the show. Cross my fingers that you're going to progress on the show.
That's it.
But we would love to have you back if you would like to come. So
thank you so much.
You are welcome. So everybody, she's going to have to leave. So I'm sorry I didn't get to all of your comments, but I said I will post them as soon when she leaves. I will be posting them so people that want to look at the comments, they can see it. But sorry we didn't get to everybody, but this was a great
and
talk.
you know, I will end by just saying, you guys, you know, if this is the first time you've ever stumbled across Waldrup Worldwide, or the first time that you've gotten to know me or any of us, all I can say is if you could follow me at KarenWaldrup.com, that is the best way to know, like, when I'm in your town, what's going on, did we get through the battle rounds, like all the updates and the emails. So that's it's free. You just go drop your email in at KarenWaldrup.com, and then you'll stay in the zone.
Okay, here, I think I've got it. Wait just a minute. Here it is. Okay, I was going to put that down there. I should have probably put it up earlier, but I got too busy. But I will put it on our webpage too. So if you want to go there, ndbmedia.net under Talented Universe, you'll see her thing in the 2024 link, and her show will be there. And we post the links if the guests want us to post links, so you can go there and find it. So hopefully, you know, that'll work. Again, thank you, Karen, for coming.
Thank you.
Any closing thoughts for Karen, Vernon, or?
No, I mean, yeah, it's been thorough, it's been enjoyable, and yeah, we can't wait to see the rest of your journey. And like Mike said, we would love to have you back in the future. It's probably going to be a very busy time after the final for you. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything. Obviously, I don't know anything. But
well, hey, maybe starting the South African version of Waldrup Worldwide. You'll be doing the chapter.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're hoping that this season of The Voice airs down there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I hope so too. Yeah, sometimes they skip a season, but hey, we're up to date these days in South Africa with The Voice. But yeah, we just we appreciate your spirit and your kind heart that you just project so well, and I think that's why we could tell just by this interview how many people really are invested in you and love you and care about you, because you project that into their lives. So yeah, we wish you absolutely all of the best and many blessings to come.
Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I hope to see y'all at a show sometime.
Take it easy. Thank you for coming.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Okay.
So we're probably, I'm going to get her out. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now, like to thank everyone, you know, again for coming. I'm going to run through the comments very quickly. Gotta think where I was. Here I was. Okay. You shine like a diamond from Dawn. Come to Cleveland, Ohio, Dwayne says. We love you, Karen, from Melissa. Kevin Clanton, good luck in the live show from South Carolina. Karen has far too many songs to choose. Just one is a favorite. I think I'm understanding that from Darcy. Melissa, my mama and I can't wait to see you, Betty K. Snyder. Hey, Karen, hello from Indiana. A friend of mine has been following you for years now. When we shared that you were on The Voice this year, he had to check you out. Carly, me again. It's one of my favorite all-time songs. Trashy Crash the Party, best live song ever. Whoops. Always makes an entrance. That must be something we were talking about earlier. Will you be able to sing your own songs on The Voice? We can't talk about that. I can tell you that right now.
Mm.
Have to wait and see what comes up. My mom is so excited for you. Keep being a light for so many. Did an amazing job. Tito's Texas vodka. I guess that was response to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Star-Crossed. Carly Star-Crossed is also one song I love. Single malts from Scotland.
Oh, yes.
Hey, my mom and I love you. We love Karen. Karen is the best. Me again. With William Michael Morgan is very uplifting with an inspiration and powerful positive push. It's beautiful. Love you, friend. Miss ya. I have Remember the Rain. We hope to see you in June. Karen, I am so proud of you, my friend. Ready to see Louisiana Hurricane in Louisiana. You are awesome, from Christy. Zach's mom will be at the Covington show on Wednesday. Can't wait to see you in Ohio. I fell in love with Karen's music first that we got to see her at the first show in Georgia and fell in love with her as a person. We love sound checks. Okay. That song changed my life. God bless you, Karen, of everything you do. Hello, Karen did a lot of bourbon toast.
That sounds interesting.
That sounds interesting, yeah. Okay, there are a bunch more comments, but I'm so thankful.
This much reading, eh?
There's another 30 comments, Vernon, or more.
I'm saying because you've been reading a lot.
I've been reading a lot, and more just came up. So
it's good.
What I'm going to say is thank you, everyone, coming. I want to go over. We do have another contestant from The Voice coming next week. If still Ryan Argust will be with us on Wednesday at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, same channel. It should be posted already to Facebook where you all came for this one. I'm sure he will be posting it close to his thing next week, but that will be great. We also have another singer coming on. He's an up-and-coming singer. He was not on The Voice, but his name is Will Gary, and he is from Chicago, and he will be on Sunday the 10th at 11 a.m. It's an early one, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Same thing, he will be on our Facebook page that you can look at that on NDB Media's Facebook page or our Talented Universe Facebook page. So again, thank you everyone for coming. I'm sorry I couldn't post all the comments. It just is incredible. But thank you for coming, and I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.